Both Kansas and Missouri Departments of Transportation have been working hard in order to prepare for this upcoming weekend snow. I'm Ty Parks, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, seniors learn the do's and don'ts of digital safety thanks to a program at the Pittsburgh Public Library. And a staple of the city of Joplin does good for a community in need.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Be prepared. We're expecting a winter storm to slam the 4 states this weekend, bringing snow and bitter cold. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. Let's go straight to meteorologist Austin Stantz with a first look at the weather.
Thanks, Dow. I think all the snow from this winter just decided to save it all up for this weekend. All right, so taking a look right now at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, we have winter storm warnings across the entirety of the 4 states. From 24 hours ago, those went from watches to warnings, all anticipated with an incoming storm. Now, as we head into this evening, temperatures still fairly mild now, heading into the 30s as we head into the evening hours and then into the 20s, eventually making their way to almost the teens as we head into the overnight. Friday, much cooler, also overcast skies. Snow begins to move in late Friday night into Saturday morning. We're not only dealing with snow, though. Arctic blast of cold air will take its way all the way down to the Texas Panhandle. That's going to make things very cold across the 4 states, dangerously cold. But for right now, things are mild out there. Coming up in my full forecast, we'll time out snowfall, the impacts it'll have, and also get a look at accumulation totals. That's all coming up.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. Thanks, Austin. The Departments of Transportation in Missouri and Kansas are ready to roll out the trucks for that coming storm. KOAM's Ty Parks has more on their plans to keep our travels as safe as they can be.
4-state area is looking at its first major snowfall of the winter season, and the Missouri Department of Transportation has already been making plans.
We began planning early this week, getting all of our equipment ready and making sure that we've got a good game plan going into it. We've started having statewide meetings yesterday to coordinate between our districts and make sure that we've got a good solid game plan.
Cold temperatures make pre-treating the roads more difficult to do.
A cold pavement temperature, and we also have a dry, powdery snow that's coming down. If we have salt or something out there that's going to melt the snow, then that will turn into a liquid, refreeze, and then be stuck onto the pavement.
If you have to get out during the snowstorm, be aware of snowplows.
So it's best to slow down, drive for the conditions. If you do come across our plows, make sure you give them plenty of room. Don't, if at all possible, stay behind the plow. The roadway behind the plow is going to be in much better condition, and it's going to be much safer back there.
The Kansas Department of Transportation issued a statement which says in part, KDOT crews are pre-treating with brine some sections of the highway in the southwestern part of District 4, mostly in areas shielded from the north wind. In Missouri and Kansas, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Now, while it is best to stay off the roads during the winter weather if you can, if you do have to travel, please do take it slow. Give the snowplows plenty of room to do their work. Missouri agencies and forecasters joined for a briefing this afternoon ahead of this weekend's winter storm. Multiple agencies are coordinating their response. Transportation officials and the Missouri State Highway Patrol outlined several safety measures. Captain Scott White says the one thing he wants the public to take away is that this storm has the potential to be life-threatening if people aren't prepared. The Neosho Police Department has launched a home reassurance program, reviving a free service unused for about 20 years. Residents who signed up receive daily exterior home checks by patrol officers during their absence. To enroll, you'll need proof of Neosho residency, such as a utility bill and emergency contact information.
My hope is that this program will be one of many that we are bringing back that help us to re-engage with our community, to provide that community service orientation. It can't not just be about responding to calls for services or investigating crimes. It has to also be about improving the quality of life of every citizen here in Neosho.
Each sign-up lasts 30 days with the option to renew in person. The Pittsburgh Public Library is helping older adults build confidence with technology through the TechWise program. It's developed from the state-funded DOC, Digital Opportunities for Connecting Kansas grant. The The program supports adults age 55 and older by teaching basic technology skills and raising awareness about common risks, including online scams, especially on social media and online marketplaces.
I absolutely love having these conversations with older adults. I was a former high school English teacher in Southeast Kansas, and so for me, this is really just a great opportunity for me to help the older generation navigate through the technology.
Organizers say the program not only helps older adults navigate modern technology, but also gives them the tools and confidence to stay connected in an increasingly digital world. All right, let's take a moment now to take a look at a local program doing good. Souls Harbor has served Joplin's homeless population for 43 years. The shelter offers emergency beds with a 90-day program. Residents spend their first 30 days finding employment, and they get 60 more days to save money and secure permanent housing. The shelter reports more people are successfully ending their homelessness through this extended program.
And there was a point in time where it was really up to the entities and the churches to take care of this. But our city over the last few years has gotten more and more involved in what can we do? How can we help? How can we change the situation? I appreciate everything that they do because they want to make a difference.
Souls Harbor also has a free store that's offered to the community. It has baby clothes and more items. We're going to have a lot more on how Souls Harbor is doing good tonight at 10. It's tournament time in Oklahoma coming up. Highlights from the 79th annual NEO basketball tournament.
Drones are taking flight to help make healthcare a little more accessible to rural areas in Missouri. I'm Nellie Lopez with more details on that coming up.
Drones will soon change how Missouri delivers healthcare to rural communities. A new partnership plans to use the aircraft to bring services closer to home. KOAM's Nellie Lopez stopped by Missouri Southern to check out a demonstration of the drones.
Drones are used to capture video, farming, make deliveries, and so much more. Now, a new partnership is bringing it to local healthcare.
So the Joplin Regional Alliance for Health is a collaboration between both Mercy and Freeman hospitals, as well as Missouri Southern, Kansas City University, Crowder College, City of Joplin, Chamber Foundation, really all about how do we make healthcare something that's accessible and affordable across our entire region.
Drones are a mechanism, a reliable, scalable, fast mechanism to move healthcare from large locations, tier 1 facilities, out to those rural communities so that we can help those people get better access to healthcare and a better quality of life.
So, how will they be used? Think medication. Drones would help minimize travel for patients, and it would help get it to them quicker.
Cruising speed of this aircraft is 80 miles an hour. The range is well over 100 miles, but 100 miles is our published kind of range that we have. Wind limits are up to 30 miles an hour. On the baseline payload, it's 5 pounds. Up to 12 to 15 pounds is the max payload.
People should not be at risk for dying early because of their zip code.
But it's not just medication. There are several delivery aspects to the medical industry, like transporting tissue samples.
April 1st is really about the drone hub that's opening in Rolla related to Midwest Transplant Institute. That will have drones taking flight in Missouri, dealing with literally saving lives by moving tissues, samples for matching for organ donation.
In Joplin, Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
The Drone Hub program could also be used during search and rescue emergency situations. A little bit later, a Wilson County teacher with a timeless love of education marks what you might call an impressive birthday.
And coming up next, we're tracking a weekend winter storm. I'll have all the details on accumulation and timing coming up. Well, things are still calm right now. We still have time to prepare before this winter storm arrives, and we can actually kind of see our setup already beginning to develop. We have the stationary, half stationary front, half cold front off to our north. Eventually, that's just going to take over as a cold front, and that Arctic high that you see north of us is going to help that cold front just dive down all the way into Texas near the Gulf. We're going to see cold temperatures arctically cold temperatures below freezing south of Dallas. Now, our weather maker's still off to our west. That's going to begin to push in as we get ready to head into this weekend. Now, we've been talking about it for several days, so the fact that we've seen these winter storm watches go to winter storm warnings are expected and anticipated. Now, we are going to see a little bit of an uptick in accumulation right now because the track of that low has moved slightly north. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we're not only dealing with snow, extreme cold warnings now as well. Those are expected to move up across the 4 states as well. Here's our setup here. Here's our low off to our west. Notice how south it is right now, off to the southwest. Well, this is the first band of snowfall. There's a little bit of uncertainty there because all of that Arctic cold air is very dry. So we're relying on all that moisture from the Gulf to move its way into the 4 states region without the help of that low right away with the first wave. The second wave, that low begins to move a little bit further north, and that will push in and give us enough lift for a second wave of snowfall. So it's the first wave that's giving us a little bit of hesitancy right now as we take a look. Now, as we move our way through the weekend, we will start to see this push out as we make our way into Sunday. Our high winds casino cam out there. Things are still calm. The sun has set. It's going to get cooler tonight. But temperatures really take a nosedive tomorrow. So tonight, if you have something that you have to do, walk the dog, get some groceries, do that tonight. It's going to be the best night to do that because as we head into the overnight hours, temperatures fall into the 20s, then eventually into the teens. Then we're going to see these temperatures just really go nowhere tomorrow. Snowfall begins to move in late Friday night into Saturday. This is the first wave. We're not putting all our eggs in one basket with this one, but if it does happen, that will help elevate the accumulation totals. Notice temperatures, single digits, going to be very cold. Wind chills, -20, -25 possible. A little bit of a lull here between, I'd say, 8 p.m. Saturday and midnight. And then we'll see that second wave really start to move in. Heaviest of the snow still trending south of 44 right now. Now, taking a look at what we can expect temperature-wise with wind chills, -20, -25 at times, going to be very cold. Here's a different look at the models in terms of snowfall. I know these can get a little scary here, the numbers that you're seeing, but right now we're still seeing a trend between, I'd say, 6 to 12 inches south of 44 at the moment. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, alert day Saturday, Sunday, possible alert day Monday due to the extreme cold. Then temperatures hang around freezing, so that snow is likely to hang around well into next week, Dow.
I know you and the rest of the weather team are staying on top of this. I hope people stay in touch and, of course, take every precaution they can to be safe.
Yeah, we'll talk about some impacts at the end of the show.
All right, see you then. We have the perfect way for you to stay ahead of the severe weather. Scan this QR code with your phone and head straight to the updated weather resources page of our website. You can find information on storm shelters, weather closings, updates, road conditions, so on. You can also find tips for watching live streams in real time. It's called the Weather Resource page on KUAMNewsNow.com. Still ahead, another full slate of high school basketball games. Ben McLeish has highlights from the 79th annual NEO High School Basketball Tournament. That's up next in sports.
High school basketball tournament season is back in full swing today, tipping off with the 79th annual NEO basketball tournament. The Welch Lady Wildcats in action, battling the Warriors of Oak Mission. Late first half, Cats moving the ball around, finding Mariah Delision in the paint, and she scores the bucket, plus a foul. Welch in control. Some second half action here, Cats showcasing the ball movement again, taking it back inside to Adeline McCord, who sinks the hook shot with a foul. Another and one for Welch. The star of the show is Hadley Chenoweth. After dropping 15 points in the first half, she cashes this three from the corner, and she wasn't done there. McCord with the steal, giving it to Chenoweth, going on the run, and Euro steps for the left-handed finger roll finish. Moving on, the Wildcats boys squad taking the court as well, taking on Porter. First quarter, Thomas Ashworth swings it outside to Emery Schaefer, who can't connect on the three, but Ashworth gets the offensive rebound and scores on the second chance. Welch now in transition. Joseph Clinton Going on the run with the stop and pop jumper from the elbow, and the bank is open as Welch leads early. But the Pirates have a response, looking to push the pace. Austin Bresciers to Tyler Wistana, who slings it for a wide open Rugger Plug, who nails the triple. Wildcats still leading and looking for more. And it's Clint again driving through the lane and splitting defenders for the touch finish and one with a foul. Now the Quapaw Wildcats girls squad playing in the early slate facing Porter. Late first quarter, Wildcats leading. Dea Bowman finds an open Taryn Morgan on the backdoor cut, and the senior kisses it off the glass for the easy layup. Quapaw leading by 7 after 1, but the Pirates would fight back to start the second. Torkelin Crane gets the lane and banks in the runner, tying this one up. But the Wildcats have an immediate response, and it's Morgan again, this time from three-point range, straighting the tray to regain the lead. Later in the half, Quapaw swinging it around to Bowman, who's left alone in the corner, and this jumper is nothing but net. But the Wildcats fall to Porter, 54-45 the final. We have plenty of more games coming up tonight, starting in the Lancer Classic. The girls' bracket continues with Seneca taking on Neodesha right now for a trip to the championship game. And at 7, Baxter Springs and host school Southeast face off with hopes of a 5th place finish. Over in the boys' bracket, Baxter Springs is currently dueling Parsons in the consolation bracket, and coming up at 7, the 2-seed Blue Streaks battle the 3-seed Rams, with each team looking to clinch a spot in the championship match. And there's even more high school basketball in the Frontenac Classic. In the boys' bracket, the hosting Raiders are battling the Baxter Spring Lions right now. Coming up at 8:30, we've got a Kansas-Missouri rivalry game as the Fort Scott Tigers take on the Webb City Cardinals. Well, that's it for sports. We're back with more after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. In this week's Doing Good segment, a lot more on that Joplin shelter that's offering more than beds to the homeless. Plus, Missouri agencies issue an urgent warning about this weekend's winter storm. The message, don't travel. And we're going to show you how Arkansas is pulling out the stops for weekend storm preparations. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. 94-year-old Robert Pierce has taught science to young students for the past 67 years, with the last 27 at Altoona Midway Middle High School. Pierce continues to cite his love for his students and his drive to continue teaching. He currently teaches a wide range of classes that include chemistry, physics, physical science, as well as gardening and horticulture class.
I feel perfect just because of my age. I don't get around very well, but I feel fine. My brain's working well. And as long as I can get out of bed, get dressed by myself, drive my car here, I'm going to stay here as long as I can.
Again, he's 94 years old. Pierce is thankful for the support Altoona Midway continues to show him and anticipates being able to teach there for at least 3 more years. We're going to have a lot more on his story for you tonight at 10. People need to continue to be in touch with our weather team as we monitor this storm.
Yeah, absolutely. We're expecting snow, heavy at times, starting early Saturday through Sunday evening. Wind chills between -10, maybe even -25 at times. Frostbite in as little as 10 minutes. Major travel impacts out there, Dow.
All right. Thank you, and thank you for joining us. We're going to see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.